Hello, I am the maniacal Dr. Watson. Welcome back to Duskers. So far, we've been having a surprisingly good time in this game. And if I remember, it's been a sec. Ooh, we actually need to fix up motion, but other than that, it looks like we're doing mostly alright. We don't have enough scrap to actually fix it up. That could be an issue. I do remember that last time we did end up scrapping a whole bunch of stuff, and we've picked up a transport, which will allow us to go to some places that we haven't been able to go before. But since I don't think we really have the scrap to do what we want to do, I have a plan on how we can approach that this time. So let's go ahead and travel over to the next ship, hop aboard, and get going. And we haven't really made all that much progress. Ooh. Oh. Okay, so initial vessel reports scanning. Scrap found in R2, updating schematic. Infestation types detected. 2. Hull integrity medium, age 216, volatile. Name, the Sticks. Class, Military B, Directive, Classified. Crew, 10, Hold, Landing Craft. 59,732 communications found in Archive. 50,967 corrupted. Begin communication. Redacted. I don't care, General Nomax. Gonna go meet this thing head on. Redacted, crush it. Redacted. Redacted. Ha! Won't even have time to blink, man. Rumors have it that they were gonna start drafting Redacted promotion or something if that happens. It looks like the first ones might have been Hopkins. Seriously, guys. Oh, no, this is a different person. Okay, so Redacted. Seriously, guys, the UM Orkney was classified as a Mark 6 Dreadnought. Redacted, well, it's got to be super advanced in weaponry or something. Redacted, make a ship like that just disappear. Leaking with Theory Index Super Predator references to super advanced weaponry suggest presence of advanced alien intelligent life. Redacted, man, I don't care what the hell it is. Redacted, I want to be out of there. I want to be out there fighting it. Redacted's the boss out here. Confidence of subjects may have been short-sighted. Recommended action. Search military vessels for additional communications. So I think our actual directive hasn't quite changed, but the way in which we do it has, which is interesting. And it looks like this one in particular is... Hello? There we go. It looks a little... Ooh, this is something we haven't seen in a while. What do you have? You have a stealth module. Okay. So, unfortunately, we don't really have somebody who we can keep that on, but that's really good to know. We're gonna drive... Oh, dang it. So, unfortunately, 3 has lost, his blinky thing. Not blinky thing, his vision. We have a generator active, and we won't be using motion, but we will be dropping sensors. Now, here, I can drive you forward just a little bit. Navigate 1 over to R4. And it looks like we're going to be limited on... for power in general. I don't think we'll be using stealth this time, but it is good to know, and also the fact that we just got a new drone is good. Let's navigate everyone over to R3, so that way we can open up D11 and close D3. Come on, 3. Okay, that was a little nerve-wracking. Okay, that... Oh, interesting. So unfortunately, I'm pretty sure what we just killed is still in R4, but this tells us the nature of it, in which it is a bot. Now the only issue is interesting. I don't think I can. Yeah, I can't turn on. It said that something was activated. I wonder if that means wow, we got somewhat lucky there then. And in fact, we're good to open up D4. Something I also should have done is scan. Oh, we've killed something else. That's super lucky, actually, that there's a... and actually, D4 and D11. Okay, that is, however, unfortunate. So what that means is that the bodies that we killed are stuck in both of those doors. It will now be impossible to close them properly. But we do have protection in R5, so we're not screwed. Navigate 1 over to R4. Okay, thank you. I was slightly worried it was going to go through R5. Nothing in there. Navigate 1 over to R5, and so far we're doing really well. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of scrap. So if we switch over to 1, you can see that you can see the enemies that we have destroyed. Let's get this money. The fact that D12 is open is slightly worrying. Because that means that... And also what's worrying is that we didn't get any fuel. Oh, thank goodness. I was pretty sure that there wasn't actually anything in there, but... Also, if I look up info on 1... That's not what I was looking for. That wasn't what I was looking for at all. I was wondering if there was a way to check how many enemy types there were in this ship, because that information could be really helpful right now. It might have been unknown, though. Actually... Status. There is... There we go. 2. So we've only seen 1 infestation type so far, so that means that there's guaranteed another enemy in a room somewhere. And considering the note that we got, I can probably guess it's to what it is. That's very unfortunate. That's all it lights up. If we navigate 3 over to R7, we can drop another sensor. Navigate 3 over to R8. We're going to be closing a few... Actually, we're only going to close D12, and I do have somewhat of a plan. If we... Now I'm somewhat... There we go. We can turn on those guns. We can open up D14 and D8. And what we're hoping for is that if there are any enemies, they're going to wander their way into those guns. eventually. This could take a little bit of time of just waiting. We'll also open up D13. And we'll know if anything moves out of these rooms. Okay, something's moved. And it's not attacking the sensor, so I would guess... Ooh, I just realized... Okay, we got lucky. We actually got lucky on the way that it navigated. Because we had no guarantee that it was going to head into that room. Now, the only unfortunate thing with the way I'm doing this, and because of the nature of our enemies, we don't know if all of these rooms are actually clear. We only got rid of one enemy. We could guess, and probably be pretty close to right, that we're probably pretty safe. I'm going to open up D12, and I'm gonna run with this guy, Rick. Okay, that's very bad news. I wonder if Pry... Because if it's a certain type of enemy that could possibly spawn additional enemies, I'd have to go check the body of whatever it is we actually killed. Seems like we've cleared out this ship, though. Yeah, I think we're pretty alright, actually. Navigate 1 over to R9. Yeah, it looks like we've mostly cleared out. There's a single one of these. I'm just going over here to scan. Let's go ahead and hit end. That's going to end up turning off a whole bunch of things as we make our exit. Actually, I'm curious. Aha! So this is the thing we killed. Possibly that super predator that was mentioned before. And if you don't know, that thing actually can leap at your bots and do a crazy amount of damage. And it happens to be nearly silent, which makes it very hard. Yikes. So we've had a drone added to the fleet who gave us another upgrade. We found a whole bunch of scrap, but we have 2 more of our upgrades deteriorating. One of them is tow, which actually, like, we have to fix, more or less. So the next one is a barge with 1 infestation type. And we're gonna go ahead and spend some of the scrap. Now this is interesting. Does Noah... He only has 3, so he's not a crazy good bot. And considering we can only bring 4, we're gonna hold... I was sort of hoping we'd be able to break him, Noah apart for parts, but I don't think we'll be able to. So we need to fix tow, and we'd really like to fix motion. I don't know if we can do both of those. Let's see. No, we're not gonna be able to do both of them. Tow. I did... Oh, okay, I have to actually hit the order button. Having an additional gather is super helpful. Teleport seems super helpful. This seems... All of these are helpful. Trap. We haven't used too much, but we have no other way to attack. Pry, I'm not so sure about the uses of, to be honest. Like, technically, a broom could become locked. like unable to get in there, but normally rooms have more than one door. The only issue then is that another room might have an enemy. But I think we're gonna risk destroying this just because we're in such need of additional scrap, and we're gonna fix motion. Unfortunately, we don't have enough to fix interface. It has a 1/5 chance of failing every time we use it, that's a yikes. These are also super helpful. Yeah, I don't think. And if you're wondering, like, well, why don't you, is it better to fix the upgrade or to make it? It costs 10. That's interesting. It costs 10 to make a new toe, which means that it costs the same amount to upgrade it or to build it as it would to fix it. So there's not really an advantage there. Gather only costs 8, which means that actually it's better to actually craft it than it is to build it, but it'd be even better to just find it. So yeah, we'll go ahead and execute these. I'm fairly certain I want to do those. I wished actually I could have scrapped the drone apart. And really what we could do, I'm just gonna hold on to him for the moment. We have use of an additional drone in case one of ours, the current ones that we're using, gets broken. We're gonna keep interface on Holly, so that way we can choose to use it, but we're not very likely to. Let's go ahead and go. Scanning conclusive. Infestation types detected 1. Hull integrity good. Age 196. Stable. The name is the Wichita. Class Barge A. Directive. Equipment transfer. Crew 5. Hold unknown. 96,697 communications found in archive. 97,697 corrupted. And there was no uncorrupted communications found. Let's go ahead and hit the good old begin. Ooh. If 2 could figure out how to make its way to the generator. Okay. This is a big ship. I'm glad I fixed motion. What I'm not glad about is I'm gonna risk interfacing. This is a big risk. But it's already paid out, so to be honest, well, hopefully it's paid out fully. This room, I think, is guaranteed to be safe. Wow. What do you have? Stun? That's not super great, but we can go ahead and tow if we do motion. Okay, that's somewhat good to know. The main reason actually I was wanting to interface was to see if it had a ship scan ability, which would mean that we wouldn't have to use scan either at all or as much, but it does not. I don't think we can hear whatever's actually in there. We go ahead and pick up this scrap that's in here. And for these big ships, it's, as always, patience is a virtue. Now we get 1 back up to R2, and we're going to just start moving room to room. We can safely open up D3. We're going to close D49 and open D24 to herd that enemy out. While we're waiting for enemies to herd. What? The heck? Is that... Oh! That was an awful mistake to make. Shoot. I should have turned off the defenses. Oh, no. Okay. This isn't the absolute worst it could be. It is really bad, though. So we'll turn off the defenses. I suppose we didn't really... No, we definitely had a way to know. So what we're going to have to do here is some swapping. No. There we go. That was strange. So effectively, Tommy is going to become our new main guy. And unfortunately, my Toe 2 does not allow me to use any bot that isn't in 1, and we have no way to switch them about while in the map. So we're going to have to manually move about for towing. Hopefully we don't have to do that too many more times. That was an awful mistake. Okay, good. This isn't the absolute worst it could be. I think we have the resources to fix this, but it'd be better not to use those resources at all to fix this. You know? Dang it. For some reason, I thought that turret was in R7. And I paid for that almost immediately. Luckily, we're not too screwed. Okay, close all. We're going to start opening up doors to see. That was bad. We lost main video feed. So that's something that can happen, and it is horrifying, and the only way to keep it from happening is to, guess what? Pay scrap. Actually, I think in the case of the main feed, you have to actually commandeer a new ship, which isn't something we've messed around with, but it looks like it's something we're going to have to. Oh, come on. Sensor deactivated R3. So I know what that means. The issue is that I don't know what door we need to close. Thank you. Navigate 4 all the way over to R6. That's not the room I told you to navigate to. D51 is the door that we would have needed to close this. That's really unfortunate. Okay, we need to commandeer a new vessel. Which ends up meaning that we're going to have to do that sooner rather than later. So it seems like whatever room is all the way down beyond D48 seems to be safe. Alright, let's navigate our way down there then. 4 over to R4, and then navigate 4, turn off caps, over to the door. And we just need to move slowly through this whole facility. That's the best way to handle these. And we found another large room. Okay, but we're doing good. We have not found... That's not how you spell close. That is how you spell close. We have not found quite what we're looking for yet. The first thing we need to find is another power outlet. which we're getting unlucky in finding. Okay. This is a risk. I'm gonna drive our little bot into the room manually. Which only gets us that the room is indeed safe, and we know that R6 is safe. It looks like we're going to have to move our motion, is what it looks like. So let's see if we can head right. That seems like the best sort of forward action. Navigate 3 all the way over. Hope that some of these rooms give us some more information. And they do. And they tell us that there are a number of safe rooms. 39, D14. Actually, keep D14 closed because I can't see what's beyond it yet. Scan in this room, and it seems to be good. Move up. Open up D14. Find out what's beyond. And it looks like there's our other power outlet. And what we're going to, I think, do is remote into R10 so we can keep all this stuff. Whoa, okay. Like, I knew this was going to be a big ship, but this is a large boy. Close all. Open up D14, D19, D23. Then we open up D10. And I'm somewhat tempted to get that defense activated as well. Stealth could have been helpful on this one, but I don't know. I want a better bot first. I want one with 4 slots. This is what I'm really looking after. So it seems like 4 down to R7. Actually, navigate straight into R12. Manually driving would be slightly safer. Open up D7 for a little while. Scan, we found a scrap. Every little bit counts, especially since we're going to have to be doing repairs. If we close D10 and D39, and then we open D41, we can find out if the room below it is safe. Seems as though R17 is safe. Now actually, I just realized something. Since we have so much of the ship activated, what we could try and do is, I'm going to go ahead and do this. We're going to lose motion. But we can immediately reactivate it. One in R16 was killed. We're going to deactivate. Actually, no. That is a large list of activated turrets. Okay, I'm going to go for a little bit of a different strategy. We're going to try and get as many enemies as possible to head into this room. Now, the issue is that I don't know R16 again. Alright. That one's unfortunate. We have no direct way to get to R16. This is a very different method to clearing out a derelict. Now what I don't know is what the best way to head from here is. I think the room... I had two different thoughts with those commands. Navigate 4 back into R6. Like, I have no clue where the best place to head next is. I think what we're going to end up doing is we're going to turn off defense for a moment. We're going to open up D39. And then we're going to navigate 4 down. Apparently, there's an empty ship upgrade in here. And I'm fairly confident that R11 is actually safe. I'm gonna toggle the defense real quick. I'm gonna risk it just a tiny bit. Now, it isn't guaranteed safe. So currently defenses are turned off. I have no clue what I'm hearing at the moment. I'm pretty sure it's that turret though. Yeah, it's that turret. Well, that explains that. There's a turret immediately to the room on its right. And it looks like we've done a good job clearing out this side of the ship. There's 2 rooms we don't know anything about. But it looks like what we could do is open up that door, open up that door, also open up this door. I'm gonna close that just in case something somehow escapes. I'm still gonna wait. It's worth waiting. Now, I didn't long-range scanner. Okay, that's interesting. And we could tow that out. But I have a different idea. Okay, it seems as though it's safe. Navigate 4 up to R14. I'm going to open up D33. Okay, that explains why nothing came out of that room. And I'm going to take a guess that there's also one in R19. Look at that. Okay, so we're going to move this guy over here. Let me see. We're going to turn back on defenses. We're going to open up D13, D32, and D29. And effectively, we're hoping that whatever is in those rooms down there at the bottom slowly wanders their way up into these 2 rooms with guns in them. That's a lost video signal. That's unfortunate. We just kind of wait. Now, there's still an enemy in the room that's below D51. We know that much. Which actually we're going to have to deal with for my plans. But it seems as though... I'm going to double check something. Yo. Alright. Navigate 4 down to R13. Now we could just be unlucky. That's something to sort of keep in mind here. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to turn the defenses on behind him, and we have to remember that. Oh, that terrified me. Okay. We were fortunate that room was not on, because that could have been a second bot destroyed. Okay. I feel fairly confident in these rooms being safe at this point. Because, yeah, I'm expecting this one to be tiny, but that's also something to be aware of, that there's a vent in this room. And we have some horrible news. Which is that, first of all, I'm going to navigate forward to R13 while I talk. We have to get down into that room below D51 because that is where the next power outlet is. Okay, it's not super horrible though. We're going to turn on defenses. We're going to make sure to close that door before 4. Yeah. Navigate 4 all the way over into R2. Do we not have... We need to open up this door. There we go. Since we closed that door for the purposes of safety. Now... if we navigate 3 over to R2... I'm pretty sure that using interfaces additional times in a level doesn't increases its chances of breaking. It's only the first time you use it, so effectively you're free to use it as many times as you want after that. What we're doing here is we're moving an enemy out of that room and into this room. We still haven't taken care of it yet, but I have an idea of what we can do. We also only have a handful of rooms left. Come on. There you go. I'm going to close the D23 behind us. And in fact, actually, I'm going to close all and then reopen this one. And we're going to navigate down into this room to then navigate through the door, hoping that there's nothing on the other side, but I'm pretty confident in our safety. Okay. And how about that? I was correct on there being another power outlet. There's also another upgrade slot, which is really good to know. Remote out of R10. Remote into R24. Okay. So, for... in what room? In R26. Okay, that makes that slightly easier. That isn't actually the reason I turned on those defenses. My plan was to... Yeah, well, we can actually give it multiple paths. R26 killed another enemy. I don't know which... Actually, I do know which room it was from. Because D11 was safe. Oh, come on. Head out of that room. What are you doing? So we can close this door. I sort of made a mistake here by giving it multiple routes. Except it did the thing I was hoping it would. Which is good for us. Let's see. Scan. Yep. There's the little bugger that we killed. There's only a ship defense in here. And there's one more room. That's gonna be annoying to get into that room. Let's see. Navigate 3 down to R8. But we've almost cleared out this entire vessel. Now what I'm hoping... Okay, that's simultaneously good as well as simultaneously bad. Let me see. If we remote out of R24 and we remote into R10, that's not what I was hoping for. And then also, yeah. So the biggest issue we have here is that inside that room is the power outlet that powers the rest of this vessel. So let's do this again. What we do know though, unless it's in this room, navigate 4 over to R8. It could also be in this one. Navigate 4 through the door. There's a gun in there. Now you might be wondering, Maniacal, why do you care about this one room? Well, my plan is to take over the vessel, and in order to do that, we have to clear out all of the infestation. We must root it all out, which means that it is imperative. It is an imperative that we clear out this one room. Okay. Navigate 3 down to R24. Navigate 4 over to R2 to get him out of the way, mostly. We're going to activate motion again to give us a little bit of information. Actually, navigate 3 over to R3. We're going to close all of the doors, except for this one, just so that way you have easy passage. I need to be in here to interface, because we're going to need to activate defenses. Motion isn't technically necessary, but it can help us. So we open up D21, D48, and D20. And it now has a route to a turret. And as it moves out of these rooms, we can close doors behind it to slowly herd it over. So actually, future me. Okay, so through the power of editing, I've gotten rid of this enemy safely in R7. And we are now free to explore this final room. I don't think I turned defenses off, but we know for sure. Yo, really? Now here's the thing, we know... I think it's time. It's time. Let's go ahead and hit the magic button. It's a straight up upgrade in like every respect. And we're repairing. The most important thing is that since we lost our main feed, that's only going to continue happening, and the only way to fix that is to commandeer a new vessel. This is a straight up upgrade. Let's do it. And we should also keep all... We should also keep all of the other stuff we had. Interface deteriorated further, so that means that we got lucky. At the point that we were at, it could have deteriorated all the way to just outright breaking, but instead we get to keep it. This was worth it. This was well worth it. Look at this. Look at these beauties. So we can go ahead and take all of these out for the moment. They're all really good drones too. There's enough of them that I think it's time to do a little bit of clearing up of the things that we have. Yeah. All right, but I think that marks the end of this episode. If you enjoyed this episode, go ahead and leave a like. If you did enjoy it, dislike it. And if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.